3 free winners for Friday, June the 13th. Friday the 13th? Let's see what we can do there. It was not an unlucky Thursday, though, for us, Mark Zinno, as we went 3-0 here
Yes.
on the program. Congrats to us.
After an 0-3, we came roaring back with a 3-0. So
Are you
we're
saying
nothing but a 500 ball club, and that's our problem.
No, I think we're better than that. We had turned in some winning days earlier in the week. Anyway, are you saying that the regression monster comes for everybody? What goes
Um,
up must comes down?
I guess, whatever. I mean,
Well,
the question is, are you doing better today? You had a rough Thursday. We aired out some grievances on the show. We dealt with some demons and social media morons and
demons.
everything else. Yes. So I'm wondering if you're. I need all of Brian Power today
Hello,
because
my name is Brian Power, and I have a problem.
there might be some big things on deck here today. Right?
God. I'm looking forward to it. I am actually in a good mood because for a third straight day, I cashed a best bet in Major League Baseball for my clients. Milwaukee, the old Brew Crew, Algonquin for the good land. How about
Algonquin for a good land last night?
How about an Algonquin for a 6-0 win over the Cardinals? Love it. So here's the way today's show is going to work, guys.
By the way, I was headed to a 3-0 day until the Cubs decided to not have any bats. They had 4 hits and only won the game by a damn run after blowing a 3-0 lead. It's upsetting. 2-1 though.
2-1 though, so a lot of winners from your morning wager crew on Thursday. Smash that like button if you agree. Here's the way Friday's program is going to work. This program right here. Mark and I will each be giving out, as our respective halves of the double play, a player prop for NBA Finals Game 4.
Because we can't bet on the game itself anymore.
Well, I think you know how I think the people know how we feel, at least how I feel. And then show best bet. We're going to be talking about Pirates Cubs I'd love to be in Wrigleyville on Friday afternoon. Paul Skeens pitching at the friendly confines. We will give you a bet for Pirates Cubs Friday afternoon. But let us talk first, Mark Zinno, about NBA Finals Game 4. Certainly, we talked a lot about Game 3. We talked a lot about the series in general, how it's gone so far, the Indiana Pacers, this really just historical run that they've been on that has just defied the trends. They can now take a commanding 3-1 series lead with another win at home. Oklahoma City has not covered a road game this entire postseason. 0-8. That is the worst postseason run for any team ever.
Mm-hmm.
That's not good. That's one trend that certainly backs up Indiana. But we will be talking player props, and look, I think it goes without saying. All right. If OKC is to even this series up at 2 games apiece, they need a monster game from their superstar, SGA. And you found, if I use the term low-hanging fruit, do you think that would be apropos to describe this bet? Is that a decent way to tee you up here?
I think it's just more looking at opportunity here, given SGA. Look, he had a very down game by his standards in Game 3. He was just 9 of 20 from the field. He only had 24 points, which for him is a bad night. And if you go back through this postseason, when he's had bad nights, how he's bounced back has been rather sort of impressive, right? And I think what's more telling to me than anything is just the shooting percentage after a bad night, how it rebounds, right? For example, if you take in Game 2 against Memphis, he shot just 34% from the field, and next game he shot 38. Right? If you go back to Game 4, or even go to Game 3, where he only had 18 points against Denver, he shot 31%. Next game he shot 42%. Then after that, he shot 52% and 68% on his way out the end of that series. Game 3 against Minnesota, he shot 30% from the field. Next game, he had a huge night. He had 40 points and shot 43%. I bring all this up because he had a bad shooting night last time around. And I'm looking at the threes specifically. He's made 2 3-pointers or more in 9 of 19 postseason games, so about half the time. I don't think the issue is going to be the requisite number of attempts, right? Like, I don't think we're going to get a game where he's only taking 2, unless it is a complete blowout, molly-whopping, ass-kicking, curb-punching beatdown by OKC. I think we're going to get the requisite number of threes here. And I expect SGA to go off. I even looked at the 33.5 that he has for his point total. I would sort of say, hey, play the over there, because if he doesn't have it, then it could be dead. But again, if they get to a blowout scenario where you look at some of these games where, they've had huge blowouts, the threes are still there, right? Like the three are still there. And if he's scoring early, the threes are part of it. And so even if they lose the game, which I don't think they will, but again, I've been wrong about a lot of things when it comes to the games themselves in this NBA Finals. Take Game 6 against Denver. He shot 68%. He was 2 of 4 from 3, had 32 points. They lost the game 119-107. I just kind of think this gives us a couple of more outs here. He made at least 2 in the final 3 games against Minnesota. He hasn't made 2 in the last 2 games against Indiana. Made it in the first game. He was 3 of 6 and had 38 points. He's going to get in the 30s here. I think he drops 2 threes here. So you're in that minus 135, minus 140 range for juice. So keep your play down to the appropriate size here as far as with that kind of juice that you're laying here. But I think SGA 2 or more made threes is the way we're going to go here for our half of the double play.
All right. I like it. SGA 2 or more made 3. Smash that like button if you agree. I think that's going to be a popular play with the viewers here of the Morning Wager. We always do appreciate your support. I don't know how popular this one will be, but then again, I haven't been in the business of giving popular takes for this 2025 NBA Finals. That wasn't an inappropriate comment. Okay.
Somebody in the chat, you need to leave Bryan Perry alone.
They were yesterday was
video. Leave Bryan Perry alone.
Yesterday, many people were championing you for coming to your defense.
Because again, I can
make
you, but nobody else can.
Bennedict Mathurin. Guess what, guys? I want to go under his 10.5 point total.
Yeah, he is a Bennedict. No one named Bennedict ever had a good existence.
Benedict Arnold, first guy to turn on this country.
Yeah.
I think Bennedict Mathurin's a worse person. Thoughts?
Yeah. Well, he does have Dick in his name.
It's a little uncalled for. I was just mad at the guy for trying to draw cheap fouls in the Cavs series. Okay. Anyway, Bennedict Mathurin has had a very, dare I say, helter-skelter, maybe even feast or famine.
Oh, there it is.
Season run.
You know, Bryan Power, when he talks about offensive players, a feast or famine. It's feast or famine.
It is often feast or famine, and it was certainly feast for Mr. Mathurin in Game 3 of the NBA Finals. He had a playoff high 27 points in just 22 minutes. He made 9 of his 12 field goal attempts. Those 12 field goal attempts, I do believe, were also a high. Yes, they were. That was the most field goal attempts he's taken in any game this postseason. Made a couple threes. He was 7 of 8 from the line. Not quite his most productive playoff game from the line. Nevertheless, a productive one. So if you go back, you can roll your eyes at any moment here, Zinno. When I started the 8-0 NBA playoff run, which came to an end in Game 3, for the record, but when my first win of the 8 straight I hit in the playoffs, I played Pascal Siakam under his point total when he was coming off that monster game against the Knicks. Okay? So, like Siakam, like Mathurin, the old saying goes. I will play Bennedict Mathurin under 10.5 points here. Interestingly enough, only once in this postseason, and it was the first 3 games of the conference semifinals against the Cavs, has Mathurin had a stretch of 3 straight games finishing in double figures. He had 14 points in Game 2 of the finals, 27, like I said, in Game 3. So I think he finishes in single digits here. I know we talk about this all the time. Role players tend to be better at home. He very much is a role player. Got another stat for you, by the way. This Indiana team, it makes you just pull your hair out reading about all these things they're doing. Their starting 5 was the best 5-man unit of any 5-man unit of any team in this playoffs. I was telling you about this on the phone earlier today. They had a net rating of plus 16.5, the Pacers starting 5 did the first 3 rounds of the playoffs. They have a minus 16.5 rating in this NBA Finals. And the Pacers are ahead of the Oklahoma City Thunder. It is because of guys like Mathurin and what they did in Game 3. The bench was tremendous for Indiana in Game 3. That was key. That and Oklahoma City turnovers, I thought, were the two determining factors of that last game. I said a lot of words to basically just drive home the point that I think Bennedict Mathurin has an off night after a remarkable performance in Game 3.
Brevity is not your strong suit.
Usually I'll be honest with you, there are some times when I have, nice bullet points.
You're the guy who has
the
to read
double
all
play.
the notes in front of himself. You're
I
like
do.
Ron Burgundy. Everything on
Well, what's
read
no,
everything on the teleprompter.
The problem here was I had no notes. I was just sort of just pulling stuff out of the air.
Okay. All right.
I mean, I had, obviously some stats. Everything I said was true.
Mm-hmm.
We will see if the Bennedict Mathurin under 10.5 points is true.
Okay.
Tonight. Please smash that like button if you agree with my fade of Bennedict Mathurin. Comment down below with your favorite player props for tonight's game in the NBA, or just let us know how you're betting the side or total as well. We enjoy seeing that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we gave him two things to bet in the NBA, just one thing to bet on today on Major League Baseball.
I like this baseball card on Friday.
So do I. You and I agree on quite a bit on this Major League Baseball card, and we agree on this game. And we wanted to give this one out on the show because it's an afternoon game. We talked about it. Pirates-Cubs, 2:20 Eastern from the friendly confines of Wrigley Field. And Paul Skeens is pitching for the Pirates. So what are we going to do? We're going to bet the Cubs team total over after they scored 4 runs. Or no, it was 3-2. They won Thursday against the Pirates.
They had 4 freaking hits.
They did. So naturally, we're going to take them to score at least 4 runs in a game where they have to face Paul Skeens. I will point out, though, when was the last time the Pirates played the Cubs? Was it a month ago?
It was back on May 1st.
May 1st. Okay.
Game was in Pittsburgh.
When Skeens last started against the Cubs, I took the Cubs team total over in that game, noting, hey, maybe you can just do a little bit of damage against Skeens, and then there's that Pirates bullpen.
Yeah.
Same thing applies
Which
here.
didn't help me out last night.
It didn't, but 2 nights in a row, are they going to be lights out? The Cubs have the highest scoring lineup in all of baseball. They can get the 4 runs at home.
Yeah, I thought the same. Thank you. And kick my dog next.
Didn't know you had one.
No, I don't, but it was just been metaphorical. You know what that's from, by the way? You have to go way back. I say that all the time. You want to kick my dog while you're here? Hit the rewind button. Remember the SportsCenter commercials?
Those were great. Those were great.
You have to be a hockey fan to know this. And if you are a hockey fan, you remember this commercial, tell me in the chat below. Cam Neely used to play for Boston. Remember Cam Neely? I don't know if you remember.
I remember Cam Neely, yes.
Okay. So Cam Neely, I think he had a knee injury, whatever that ended his career. He was a big-time Boston guy, obviously, but the Bruins for that were forever without a cup and everything else. He had just retired. And ESPN, I think, just signed a brand new deal to put hockey on 3 nights a week. And the commercial is he's in front of his house and he's gardening. He's on his knees and he's gardening. He's like, oh. And he's like, I get it. I finally hang it up. And then ESPN finally decides to put hockey on TV every night. Thanks, fellas. You want to kick my dog while you're here? He said it all the time. It was the best line. And it was this is SportsCenter. It was really fun. YouTube
really pulled one out. Wow, you really pulled one out of the archives.
Yeah.
There.
So anyway, back to the Cubs. The last time Paul Skeens faced the Cubs, it was his shortest outing of the year. Only lasted 5 innings. He gave up 5 hits. Not 1, not 2, but 3 of them were solo home runs. He gave up 3 runs in that game, and the Cubs ended up winning 8-3. We think that here, if we get Skeens to stay 6 innings or less, we'll have 2 extra cracks at a minimum at the bullpen. And hopefully they can get to him after not getting to him last night and taking a win away from me. But I would like for them to get the win here to go over 3.5 against the Pittsburgh Pirates and Paul Skeens.
It's not often you're going to get a Cubs team total 3.5. Again, this is the highest scoring team in all of baseball.
Yes.
So let's do it. Sounds like a best bet to me. Smash that like button if you agree. Let us know your favorite Major League Baseball.
Let me ask you a question.
Ask away.
When we get back on Monday, what is this NBA Finals going to look like? Is it 2-2?
It'll either be 3-1 or 2-2.
Thank you.
They're not playing over the weekend.
Such a jerk.
I think it'll be 2-2.
I think it should better be 2-2.
I know you better be. You want to put me more on here? Wow, gee, I mean, I'm staking my entire reputation here.
Yeah.
On the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Yeah. And then what happens? It goes Monday, Thursday, and then Sunday would be Game 7?
Yeah. So this is the only, very interesting, that Games 3 and Game 4 is the only part of the series where there's just one day off between games. After this, it's 2 days off again between games. They're really dragging this thing
We get
out.
Thursday and then Sunday, the 22nd.
Of course, then again, it could be over on, I mean, if the Pacers win tonight and then they win again Monday, it's over. My career could be over if that happens.
I mean, just who would have thought?
I don't know.
Who would have thought we are where we are right now? Who would have thought?
I don't know where I am half the time, but as long as I'm with you, buddy, I'm doing okay. As long as I'm with all of you here on the WagerTalk YouTube channel, I'm quite happy. So there you have it.
Thank you to all. We appreciate you guys. Thank you for everybody for watching.
The Friday edition of the Morning Wager is in the can, as
in
they
the
say,
books.
industry term.
It's in the books. Yeah, you guys have a good weekend, and we'll try to keep it going here. BP, I think I want to release a 5% in baseball today. Am I that stupid?
Again, you the things you say on this
show
are just stunning.
Well, I'm just
if you like the play a lot, then
what if I do it as a 4% and I let the commenters below tell me if it should be a 5%? Without even knowing what the play is.
That's not the way it works.
I guess you're just kicking me out. I guess you're telling me we're done.
Yeah, we're done.
This is your way of saving me?
Yeah, you were saying things again that no other expert here at WagerTalk would say.
This is just like, what do you call it? What's that show? With the $1 million in the questions, where you phone a friend, you get a lifeline, you can poll the audience.
Be a millionaire?
That's the one, yeah. I like to poll the audience. Do that? I'd like to poll the audience.
Okay.
If you guys
Let
want
them know.
5%, comment down below.
Do you want a 5% play from Mark Zinno on Friday? All right, everybody. But regardless, 5% or not, let's cash some tickets. Talk to you next week. Talk to you Monday.
Sloppy parlay.